Okay, so if there's other question, I will move to sustainability reporting, which is my topic, the easiest topic. Once again, hello everyone. This is my topic, sustainability report and disclosure. So this refers to IFRS S1 and IFRS S2. So S1 just mean sustainable reporting number 1 and sustainable thing reporting number 2. Sustainability reporting involves communicating an organizational environment, social and governance performance to the stakeholder. So this is more non-financial. It's very, very non-financial. So it goes beyond traditional financial reporting to provide insight into how company is managing its social and environmental impact, as well as the governance structure. The importance of the sustainability report include right now a lot of investors demand ESG information because they want to see impact investment, growing regulatory pressure for transparency. So regulator, for example, in Cambodia, SERC, want to see all of those to make sure that companies are practiced well and nicely. The third one is enhance stakeholder engagement and trust. So make sure that other people trust more, putting more money into the company. Where the last one is improve risk management and the corporate governance. So with those disclosure, company will see itself where are they, and therefore they can improve it, manage it better in terms of risk, and ensure corporate governance are compliant. So with that, there are two IFRS involved, where one is IFRS S1, which give us a general requirement for sustainability related financial disclosure, where S2 is climate related disclosure, focusing on green gas emission, climate risk, and opportunity. So general requirement for sustainability related to financial disclosure. So first is the disclosure framework. Secondly, we need to do the material assessment. So how material are all of those. And the third one is the stakeholder engagement. That's the big three important. However, for S2, climate related disclosure, including governance and oversight, green gas emission, climate risk opportunity, climate strategy and target, which is not very practical yet in Cambodia, I can say. So in terms of scope and applicable for sustainability, it's applicable to entity that prepare consolidated financial statement in accordance with IFRS. Cover a broad range of sustainability related matters, include environmental, social, and governance aspects, provide flexibility for the company to tailor disclosure to their specific context and materiality. This is similar to the previous one. So in terms of, the key principle include materiality, timeline, completeness, and accuracy, all of those. Like I said, the disclosure of this social sustainability is complicated. So data collection and measurement is a challenge, a big challenge. I just discussed with my team, for example, to be able to report this ESG, it requires me to set up all meter, all utility meter in each building, for example, or in each in each building or in each department. Water measurement, we need to separate a trash tank. We need to weight it, to weight every day how much are we using, in order for us to know how much are we using monthly and annually. So data collection and measurement is complicated, is a challenge. Reporting framework and sustainable and standard, navigate different reporting framework and standard can be also a challenge because it's new. And stakeholder engagement, so identify and engaging with relevant stakeholders to understand their need and expectation. is also a challenge, you know, because some people need different things. That's why a lot of challenge happening. However, there are a beauty of it, a benefit of adopting a sustainability report. You know, first of all, enhance brand reputation. So if I say, okay, my company having the sustainability report, and you can look at how good are we implementing here, then, you know, our reputation is high. Attract investors. So a lot of investors right now, like I said, they want to see impact investment. They want to make sure that their investment is not having a negative impact. So this can be a very good things to adopt it. Improve risk management. So for our internal lead, when we see those results happening, then we can identify risk and manage it properly in order to not further impact the society or environment or social whatever. And finally, it innovate its competitiveness. So driving innovation, competitiveness through sustainability initiatives. So when we see those reports from time to time, we can innovate, we can thought, we can make more initiative for our company to grow better and better. So conclusion and the next step. So first step is adapt to IFRS S1 and S2. Number 2 is develop a sustainability strategy. So we need to have sustainability strategy in order for us to know where do we want to go, where do we want to achieve. And then engage with stakeholders, provide training, meeting, those objectives, those measurements, and then finally improve. So continuous improvement within the organization. So key element of the so here I just want to highlight the sustainability report. What I usually include. So 3 main areas. First, we need to show environmental impact assessment. What are the environmental that are right now there? So utility use, water, emission. If we can measure all of that, I mean, practically just even like how many paper are you using? All of that are also counted one of those environmental assessment. Second one, we need to show social responsibility framework. And the last one is ethical governance structure within the organization. So I just want to show the report template here. And thank you so much. This is the end of my session. Question, suggestion?
Oh yeah, very good, Sabine. That's very hot topic right now for sustainable reporting. So is it cover ESG, Sabine?
Yeah, it is the ESG, this one. Mainly the in easy say is ESG, and right now we have EDI, the equity, this inclusion, something.
Inclusive.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. That's a very nice, and I love this topic very much, you know, because the accounting standard also have 2 standards to cover ESG. And I think Sultani can share a little bit more, you know, because some fund from overseas requiring ESG requirement as well. Do you have any thought or any experience so far can share to the group?
Yes, actually, Samed is also aware of that because he's also working for a fund. So ESG is required, but it's not in the accounting report. So it's a separate report. It's management, it's operational, but yes, they do require this. Except that the requirements start from minimal, so it might start from energy saving and also the safety for the staff. So it's all part of the ESG. But I understand that right now ESG is becoming part of the IFRS reporting. And I understand that right now it's still early adoption. So we have choice whether we adopt it now or when we don't. But in the future we have to do that, all of that, the one who need to comply with IFRS reporting. So that's going to be challenging as well. But yes, all the foreign investor, all the DFI, they require ESG. It's part of their performance measurement. But like I say, it's not financial report, so it was not too bad. There's a lot of flexibility, and also it's depend on the investor you talk to. Some will use more flexibility. They only require minimum reporting, but when it become a standard as part of the IFRS, that's gonna be very troublesome.
Thank you, Stanley. And I agree with Stanley. Right now, investors are only collecting data rather than asking for a full reporting. So they just collect data. Hey, can you give your data of our electricity consumption, your waste management, whether you have ethic hotline, for example, all of those
You
are
have
right
fire
now
distinguisher, for
basically.
example.
Yeah. Also, I see the SERC, the Security Stock Exchange Commission Cambodia, also drafting the sustainability, the ESG reporting regulation. I think the consultation meeting happening like 2-3 times already.
It's because of the IFRS standard, like I say, because the company under under SERC, the listed company, they are required because they are public related. They deal with public, so they need to use full IFRS. And now, like I say, ESG become part of the IFRS standard reporting. Then it is something that they need to issue as the regulation for all the company who are in the stock listing to comply.
Yeah, I can share more, in government sector that do require by not by our local regulation, not required, but it is required by purchaser. For example, like
parent company or purchaser.
Adidas or Nike. They, before they put an order to the government factory, they require having sustainable reporting. The fee charge very expensive. Every year they need to spend $100,000 for sustainable reporting. And then they come and check, especially for the governance part about money laundering, about labor compliance and other things. But it's something just come and take mark and then get the money. And the service provider normally not here, not in Cambodia. That's from overseas. Yeah.
Because we don't have any certified ESG expert in Cambodia yet.
Yes, not yet. You are right. Okay.
So first we don't have an expert. Secondly, is a trust also, right? Whether there's a trust if there's a company
And the third connection with Nike or GAP.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Hello, Bong. Hello, Professor, and hello, everyone. This is my topic about advanced financial statement analysis, which is including ratio analysis and cash flow analysis to provide valuable insight into a company financial health and operational efficiency. Bong, please move. For the ratio analysis is the important tool for company financial analysis, and I mentioned two ratio is the liquidity ratio and profitability ratio. For the liquidity ratio, we use for measure a company ability to meet the short-term application using its current asset. These ratios are essential for evaluating for financial stability and ensuring the company can handle immediate liability without financial. And also, profitability ratio is a company ability to generate profit relative to revenue, assets, or equity. This ratio help investor and manager evaluate efficiencies and profitability trend. Please move. For the liquid ratio, I will only mention assessing short-term financial health. To explain, there are current ratio, quick ratio, and cash ratio, which is mostly important using in company financial analysis. Number one, current ratio. Here is the formula and interpretation. We use the current ratio for how a company can maximize the liquidity of its current ratio to settle their application. A ratio greater than 1 is indicate sufficient current assets to cover liability. Ratio between 1.5 and 2 is considered ideal, and the ratio less than 1 is company meets finance. Two, quick ratio and otherwise known as asset ratio. We use it to evaluate a company ability to pay its short-term liability with only assets that can quickly be converted into cash. For the current asset that we use into quick ratio is the marketable security and account receivable, because they can be quickly and easily converted into cash to pay off its current liability. For the real practice, for account receivable, companies should be considered and find out bad debt is spent and to take it out before take it into quick ratio calculation. Number 3 is the cash ratio. Cash ratio is much stricter than current ratio and quick ratio, as it only uses cash and cash equivalent in its calculation. In conclusion, balance current ratio between 1.5 to 2.5 and quick ratio greater than 1. It indicates strong liquidity, while a very low liquidity ratio is a sign of financial risk. And also, an extremely high ratio may indicate inefficient asset use also too. Please move. For the profitability ratio, we use profitability ratio. We need to know how well a company generates profit relative to revenue, assets, or equity. There is 5 ratio, and here the formulas. Number 1, return on equity. Return on equity we use to measure shareholder return, or we can say the measure on result of generating return on income by using its total equity. It's an essential ratio for owner and investor to look at, as it ultimately determine how attractive an investment is. And number 2, return on assets. Return on assets, we can say is measure how effectively a company uses its assets to generate profit. Typically, this ratio used when comparing company performance between periods or different company or similar size or industry. And number 3, gross profit. Gross profit, this ratio shows how much profit a company makes after converting the direct cost associated with producing goods or service. Naturally, a high gross margin ratio is important to compare gross margin between companies in the same industry rather than comparing them across industry. For example, like a grocery company report a high gross margin ratio because it operates in a service industry with a low product cost. But if we compare with manufacturing company, the ratio will be lower than service company because it's high production cost. Let's move to number 4, operating profit margin is the assessed operational efficiencies. For example, like 15% operating operating profit margin is equal $0.15 operating profit for every $1 of revenue. And find net profit margin. Net profit margin is this ratio, so the percentage of revenue, return, or profit after or expense. Or we can say it's measure amount of net income or company obtain per dollar of revenue gain. Example like 10% of net profit margin mean for each $1 of revenue, the company earn $0.1 in net profit. Generally, there is different on ratio depend on which industry the company is in. Please next slide. Here, example, I show you about Apple financial report for the year 2022, and I test on profitability ratio. Here the table and conclusion, I can interpret that it shows that the company is strong profitability, operational performance, and cost control. One slide. Now let's talk about cash analysis. Cash analysis is the fundamental financial tool used to assess the movement of cash in and out of business. It means how company generate and use cash through its operation, investment, and financing activity. It helps business, investor, and analyze evaluate financial health, liquidity, and long-term sustainability. According to IAS 1, a business cash flow is typically categorized into 3 sections and 2 methods. There are operating activity, investing activity, financing activity, and 2 method is direct and indirect. Mostly a company use indirect method because it's easy than direct method. For the operating activity is the cash generated from the core business operations such as sale, payment to supplier, and investing activity is the cash spent or received from investment such as purchasing asset or acquisition. And number 3, financing activity is the cash movement related to funding, such as issuing share, loan, or dividend payments. In overall, positive cash flow can expand and invest, while those negative cash flow must secure financing or adjust operating to stay profitable. On this slide. Here the net cash flow. Net cash flow is the sum of 3 cash flow. Is the cash flow from operating, cash flow from investing, and cash flow from financing. Is the indicate the overall change in the cash during a period. Is provide a comprehensive view of the company, cash management, and financial health. One slide. Here example and is the Apple financial statement for the year 2022, and look at the cash flow. We can interpret that Apple's net change in cash remain relatively stable year-over-year because it generate enough operating cash flow to cover both investment opportunity and shareholder return. The strength in the cash generation is a key component of Apple financial resilience. In conclusion, in market information decision, advanced financial statement analysis include ratio analysis and cash flow analysis, provide valuable insight into a company financial health and operational efficiency. By examining liquidity and profitability ratio as well as cash flow, stakeholder and can make informed decision about company performance and sustainability. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vuochnea. That's interesting. Okay, so financial reporting analyst is becoming, I mean, the demand is higher and higher, especially Stanley, you are in an investment firm. So you're looking for that more and more. In some company, all those, I mean, maybe for example, net profit, margin or return on investment might not need, but for example, gross profit margin or EBITDA margin, they want to see it in order. It's just an internal control, give them more picture of those margin in order to say, are they going to the right direction or not in the right direction? That's why part of it. I mean, a lot of people are right now moving with that one. Open for questions, suggestion, everyone.
Yes, man. I first, that's very important. If we, let's say, we see financial statement analysis, sometimes we think it just need some time, but actually they need every month for top management to understand and to, in order to measure the performance of their companies. But Samit, I have a question about your in education sector. Do you think if we say about the salary, I mean if I say about personnel cost, it consists of direct cost and overhead cost. I mean admin staff and teaching staff. So in education sector, do you think how many percent comparing to revenue it is good?
It's good.
What is rate for the benchmark for in the education sector comparing to revenue, the teaching, the salary, personnel cost, including admin and teaching?
If it is below 30-35%, you are good. But if you are more than that, it's not good. So do not go until like 40% or something. So no. So first of all, in terms of salary, I think less than 30 or 35%, you have to do that. Of course, for teaching, a lot of costs are staff cost, right?
They're only staff cost.
So that is the one. However, for direct costs, so direct costs including just salary for the teacher, other costs that necessary for a student, you need to make sure that similarly 30-35%. Make sure that it's within that range. So we are not only monitor that cost, but we also monitor a teaching ratio. So we have a teaching ratio, we have a staff ratio to students. So number of teacher divided by number of staff, number of students, number of admin staff divided by number of students. All of those ratio also monitor, and usually it between like 7 to 10 or 7 to 12. But if you are below that one, then it's a big problem. What that means is that we want to find out how many for one teacher, how many students they can cover, right? So the more the better. If let's say one teacher can cover up to 10 students, that's good. But some school, one teacher can only cover up to 5 or 6, then that's very bad.
Okay. So for example, we want to let's say we want to create a new branch of the school, and we do budget. We project the revenue for the first year or second year. And then normally you put the salary How many percent comparing to the total revenue? The salary, I mean all salary, all staff salary.
Like I said, between 30-35%, do not go more than that one.
30 to 35%.
But you need to look at also, I mean, your existing data, right? Usually we what can I say? Should not say balancing figure, but you look at your existing campus. Let's say your salary is what is the percentage to those revenue, and then when you factor the new campus, we know that it's not. I mean, number of students is not full in the first year, second year recruitment. So we know it's higher, but it's not too much higher, you know. And you know, in terms of budget, we cannot just say, oh, it's gonna be very high cost. No, we have to deploy strategy in order to recruit students. So that's why we need to budget high revenue also. And how can we achieve that? We need to have all tools and resources to recruit student, you know. you need to give leaflet, you need to talk to people, you need to do promotion, advertising in order to get student. That's a strategy. We cannot just build cost, but we have to build a strategy in order to recruit the customer. You agree with that? No?
No, I don't have any idea. You know, that's why I asked you a question. If you know the rate, you know, the salary personnel cost comparing to revenue as benchmark for each campus, and then expand to the next or the new one. So how can we improve performance? If you know, for example, we have many campuses, and then we found like a segment reporting. Like Ratana mentioned, presentation about the segment, and then we identify the ratio. Vuochnea present about the ratio. That is very good benchmark to compare by segment. And then that link, you know, financial information is one pillar of the success factors of the company. So that's why I just want to learn. So, and also, this is about payroll and other things.
Yeah, you're right. Like earlier, you just mentioned about the monthly reporting, right? A regular monthly reporting. It is very, very important. So first of all, you set up all of those KPI, number of teacher compared to revenue. When you have all of those details, and then by campus, by program, we can even divide it by program, like program including what kindergarten, elementary, high school. So separate all of those, having margin, having a ratio coming up, and then you can compare and make a decision.
Yeah, but you, based on your experience so far, do you have any experience, you know, identify the performance of each campus or the total you know, the total business as whole, and comparing to the benchmark, and you see your performance better or lower than benchmark, and you do analysis? Did you do for the management? And you have some thought or can share to our team to learn?
So first of all, our accounting report close on a monthly basis. Regularly, you know, we have a timely report, and we have all of those KPI. We have like 2-page KPI, and we look at that all the time. Unfortunately, we don't have an industrial indicator to be based, but we based on other education sector, right? Other school within the investment portfolio group. We also compare with school in Vietnam, in Thailand, something like that. However, we need to be very careful also. We need to compare apple to apple. That's one thing, right? For example, CIA tuition fee is around 6,000, 7,000. So we say we are in tier 2, and we cannot compare ratio with the tier 1 school like Northbridge, ISPP. So we need to be very, very careful. So I can say having a monthly closing on a regular basis, develop all of those KPI, ratio KPI, and then having a regular monthly meeting board meeting, especially the board meeting, because board have more power. So if the board say I will look at it monthly, and then everyone need to run 100 kilometers per hour to achieve that. But if you just say, oh, just a management meeting, then it's less influence, when it comes to management meeting. So I'm not sure I answered your question.
Okay, it's good. Yeah, that is very good, But do you have, let's say if it's performance comparing to other school network in other country is lower than them. So how do you improve? How do you take action to like your please.
So we're gonna deep down more to like why that cause is happening, right? Is there a waste, or is there a cause incorrect allocation or inappropriate allocation? So we're gonna deep down into that detail. So that's the beauty of a monthly meeting, is to look at it and then and then we analyze more and more and more, and then anything we can reuse. Otherwise, if nobody asks, then we just in the comfort zone of spending and spending.
Okay, that's good for sharing. So, I don't have more, but for our team, do you have anything you want to ask Amen, or let share and then ask if you have anything. Anyone want to buy some share?
And if not, then I will conclude what is the next step for our team, and also share some challenge so that next group can learn or can do better also.
Oh, that's good. Please, Amit, can you share?
Okay, so finally, thank you so much, all of my members who highly working hard on that in a very short time frame. And thank you everyone, Professor, Doctor, and everyone for attention. So my recommendation is that so for next group, you should start as soon as possible. Allocate your section or topic to each and every one, and do a research. And we still believe in my first slide, learn, share, get back, all of that. So as soon as you bring the document and read, you will learn. That's our belief. So start as soon as possible, allocate the responsibility, and test it, test it.